expect to see you so soon. Merry Christmas! You know, Christmas happens to be one of my favorite holidays of the year. I mean, sure, Halloween is great and all that, but Christmas is like my favorite holiday. I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that, like, family and friends are coming together, being close for the holidays, just hanging out, having a good time, and just feeling the love. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the presents and whatnot, because that's not the main appeal to Christmas, right? Right? In any case, one thing I really do like about the holiday season... You know, actually, before I say that, can we move over to the usual location I usually record in? Because talking about it over here is kind of, I don't know, cramped, maybe? Yeah, you know what, I'll meet you over there. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's much better. Now then, let's talk about Christmas specials.
Ah yes, the humble Christmas special. Whether it be a movie or just a Christmas-themed episode of a show or cartoon, the Christmas special is something I always look forward to when the holidays come around. I mean, you know, besides the merriment, Christmas Day, the goodwill toward your fellow man, and actually being with your friends and family. But back when I had cable, I just loved to tune into select stations like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, for example, and just watch some Christmas movies. Some specials are good and are a joy to watch, and others... are just plain awful. However, this year, regardless of whether if it's good or bad, we're going to be taking a look at one of these specials.
The Christmas special we're going to be taking a look at is a childhood favorite of mine. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Olive, the other reindeer.
Before we begin, let me discuss some background information on this movie. Olive the Other Reindeer was originally a book written by Vivian Walsh in 1997. The book is essentially the same as the movie. I mean, since the movie's based on the book anyway. Due to the success of the book, there was a computer-animated movie made to be a Christmas television special. And this movie was directed by Oscar Moore. And the cast is pretty good, in all honesty. I mean, we got Drew Barrymore as Olive, so not complaining there. Also, we got actors like Joe Pantoliano, Dan Castellaneta, and Edward Asner in the movie, and overall the cast is pretty diverse. Anyway, after airing on television on Fox during December 17th, 1999, the film was a resounding success. So much so that the film ended up winning an Emmy for being an outstanding animated program. Soon, it became a regular Christmas special airing every December and also coming to a variety of formats for viewing later. DVD, Blu-ray, Netflix, but we're not going to be looking at any of these, no. We're going to be taking a look at this on VHS.
Okay, so you're probably asking yourself, if it's available on all these other different platforms, why on earth are we watching it on VHS? Well, I kind of figured it'd be a nice little trip down memory lane, giving you a good old sense of nostalgia of the days when this was like the most popular format. Also, this is the only other version of all of the other reindeer that I currently have access to. Make do with what you got, I guess. Anyway, let's pop on over to the VCR. Whee!
Just gonna take it over to my bed. I'm just gonna pop it over. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Okay. Yes. Magnavox. Quality entertainment. Alright, let's go down here. Okay, let me see. Let me just kind of pop it in here. Just gotta push play. Push play. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. Let's watch the movie.
The movie starts with a cute little song of Olive singing about all the other holidays, and then singing about her favorite out of them all being Christmas. #relatable. So we see Olive talking to some mice trying to get a Christmas tree into their tiny car. It's adorable, But Olive comes up with an idea of giving them an air freshener instead of a tree.
That right there is comedy.
She soon starts singing again, and we get a good look at a grumpy-looking mailman. Don't worry, we'll get back to him. But for now, we meet another character we'll be seeing in the movie, a penguin by the name of Martini. Apparently, he's selling counterfeit watches.
I didn't know Rolex had 3 X's.
It doesn't.
Obviously, before Martini has a chance, an officer is highly suspicious of him.
Are you selling counterfeit watches again? I warned you, I'll...
First of all, they're real Rolexes. Second, I was giving them as a Christmas gift to my dear old friend Olive. Right, Olive?
That's right. Thanks, Martini.
I'm watching you, Penguin. Don't forget it.
After which, Olive does actually get a watch, but for $9. We soon head back to what we can assume to be Olive's owner's home. And her owner is named Tim. Tim is asking if Olive has done her dog chores.
Did you bury any bones today?
No, Tim.
Chase any cars or cats?
Afraid not.
Did you even make a token attempt to tear up any flower beds?
Uh-uh.
And I haven't heard any senseless barking at all.
Wait, if those are all chores a dog does...
Hey,
You work too hard! Take a break!
apparently, Olive isn't your typical dog. She's not really about barking senselessly, chasing cars, or tearing up flower beds. She just wants to be his friend. But Tim brushes this off.
Get with the program, Olive, and start acting like a dog.
I'm sorry, Tim. Let's not fight at Christmas.
There's no Christmas this year.
Odd. We then cut to Olive having difficulty wrapping presents while she talks with her pet flea, Fido. That's funny. We then cut to them flipping through different radio stations.
Dogs, do you smell your best when you're wet?
Or?
What is it?
High-pitched sound only I can hear. Forget it.
But then they tune into a radio broadcast announcing that Santa is planning to cancel his Christmas Eve flight this year due to Blitzen breaking his leg during a practice flight.
Oh, no!
Santa had this to say.
Ho, ho, ho. I'm not sure if I'll have to cancel, but it doesn't look good. Maybe somehow we'll make do with all of the other reindeer. But if not, Merry Christmas anyway.
Then Fido exclaims that Santa specifically asked for Olive. And while Olive dismisses this idea, then Fido goes into detail on why he thinks that.
No, he said Olive, the other reindeer. I heard him. Santa needs you to be the replacement reindeer.
That's crazy.
That's why you're not interested in chasing cars and barking like an idiot. You're a reindeer, not a dog.
That would explain a lot, but I just don't think so, Fido.
And then Tim comes by and Olive hides and Fido mishears everything he said.
You didn't do anything wrong. Santa's not flying, and I took it out on you.
You always do everything wrong. Santa's not flying, and I shook a trout fondue.
We can still have Christmas. Come on in the house. I'm lighting the Yule log, and there's a space for you.
You can't kill my Christmas. Get out of this house. I'm getting a new dog, and I'm replacing you.
So that is how Olive's journey starts, with a bad game of telephone.
Curse you, telephone! This is all your fault!
What'd he say?
I think he said immerse your cologne. This is all for bath salt.
The fuck?
But with that in mind, Olive now has a goal: to get to the North Pole, save Christmas, and potentially her home. So she leaves, and Fido is left with the presents. Good luck with that. But in the meantime, we see Olive accidentally bump into that mailman from earlier. Also, he's just called the postman, so get used to that. Apparently, he's happy Christmas is getting canceled. Olive asks him what's the matter with Christmas.
The matter? The matter?
Oh no.
Yep. He has a musical number about it. And if his voice sounds familiar, that's because you're hearing Dan Castellaneta, who you may better know as the voice of Homer Simpson. Yeah, he's our antagonist in this movie, and it's a fun song to listen to. It's called Ba Buggin' Hum, and the song is all about how, as the holidays come, the amount of mail that needs to be delivered gets bigger and heavier each year. Olive vows to save Christmas, and the postman's goal is to put a stop to Olive's plan to save Christmas.
Stay away from the North Pole, or I'll hand cancel you!
We later find her at the bus stop getting a ticket for the North Pole, and Martini tags along. But then, the postman catches her and claims that she committed mail fraud.
Mail fraud, Olive? Cool. Well, see you around.
As she's being whisked away, Olive calls out for Martini's help.
I'll root for you on Court TV.
Help me, Martini! I helped you!
He groans and tosses some pins at the postman, which somehow get under him and trip him.
Who knew pens could be such a good self-defense mechanism? I mean, I have a pen, but I have to be careful with it. I mean, I could seriously injure someone with this.
We then see Olive and Martini escape.
Grab my tail!
Quit wagging it!
We then get this scene on the bus where Olive tells Martini why she's going to the North Pole. But then the bus driver tells Olive she misheard Santa say all of the other reindeer.
It happens all the time. I used to think the Pledge of Allegiance was about me, Richard Stans.
It's not?
Martini's going to the North Pole to cool off because he's a penguin. Guess you could say he wants to be on the rocks? Yeah, why do I even bother? We then see that crazy postman going postal and knocking a tinsel truck off the road. Martini then deals with him by throwing a paper airplane at him and it landing in his ear and throwing him off the road. Soon, we come back to Olive's home. Tim is looking worried and sad, not knowing where Olive is, and Fido is managing the presents on his own. Keep trying, buddy.
I wonder how she's doing.
We then stop at Arctic Junction, where the gang gets a chance to eat. The postman shows up looking miffed, but then he gets an idea. To disguise himself as a waitress.
Before we go on, I just want to talk about the visuals of this movie.
It's computer animated, however, it uses its visuals from the original book, which is a good choice. And I like how all the characters are flat, making me think of Parappa the Rapper. Kind of neat, but some of the people look a tad off. But nothing too jarring. Still, at the time, this special was groundbreaking. Also, still holds up after all these years. I mean, I applaud the movie's decision to stick with the book's art style, because that way, it's timeless. Anyway, getting back on track, the gang orders some food, and after they order their food, a radio broadcast comes on.
Here's the latest from the North Pole. Santa Claus has scheduled a press conference for 11 o'clock tonight. He is expected to cancel his flight for the first time ever.
Hey, everybody! Don't despair! I'm Olive, and I'm going to the North Pole to help Santa. I'm the other reindeer.
What's the matter? Haven't you people ever seen a small dog-like reindeer before?
Olive! 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 Olive. Okay.
Then, Olive gets tricked into going into the back of the diner to give Santa a flying test. But the postman reveals himself, catches Olive, and throws her into the back of his truck. He drives off, and while Olive is trying to figure out a way to get out of the truck, she spots a hate letter.
I hate you, and I hope you never come again. Stay home. Love, Bobby.
Definitely odd. But then she spots a package for her from Deus Ex Machina.
I didn't think Adam Jensen was a dog person.
Jokes aside, she gets a file which allows her to escape the mail truck, and she runs all the way back to Arctic Junction. Unfortunately, though, she missed the bus. But Martini is still there.
I just called the Postal Service to complain about that postman. Guess what? I got their voicemail.
How can we get to the North Pole now?
Richard then tells Olive to look in the bar. They do, and then they come across some unsavory-looking characters.
You don't look like no reindeer to me, Mutt.
There's something about his voice. I can't put my finger on it.
Soon they start picking on Olive and Martini, tossing them around, and eventually Olive just snaps.
It's mine!
A barking reindeer. Isn't that just...
Stow it, Tundra Breath. Maybe I'm just a little runt with no antlers, but it looks like I'm the only one who's trying to save Christmas. You could at least wish me luck. There are actually people out there who want to cancel Christmas. Are you on their side? Throwing someone off a roof. Is that how you want to remember Christmas? You must have asked Santa for something. Do you think you deserve what you've asked for? It's a two-way street. Santa doesn't just give you stuff because you ask. You have to deserve it. I'm trying to deserve the good things I have, and the good things I hope I will have in the future. If you want me to fail, then I guess it's too late to save Christmas. It's already gone.
Just as they leave, the big guy tells Olive what he wants for Christmas, and soon the reindeer apologizes. Still, I feel like I know him.
When you're this far north with no
Wait a second. Is that Michael Stipe?
Turns out it is. And if you don't know who that is, Michael Stipe is the lead singer of R.E.M., a band who's best known for such songs as Losing My Religion, It's the End of the World as We Know It, and I Feel Fine, and Shiny Happy People. Hearing him sing this song, which is called We're Not So Bad, is a joy to listen to. It's got a nice little Christmas flair, but also sounds very jaunty. Unfortunately, it's short-lived, but it's nice to listen to, which I can understand considering this was made to be a TV Christmas special. But still, I feel like it could be a verse longer. Anyway, the reindeer, whose name is Schnitzel, is actually Blitzen's cousin.
Flightless, unfortunately.
It happens.
We're ready to go. Thanks, Schnitzel.
Olive and Martini hitch a ride in Round John Virgin's truck.
Oh, you mean like in Silent Night?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I get it.
Anyway, Olive takes a nap, and soon they're at the North Pole. Round John apologizes about earlier, and Martini gives him some envelopes.
Gee, City Zoo envelopes. Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Bye, Round John.
Goodbye. And good luck.
We then see Olive try to get past this elf guard. She explains that she's here to fill in for Blitzen. However, the elf is not letting her through, and proceeds to tell her that the fence is armed with alarms.
So just go back where you came from.
But I...
While she feels defeated, Martini comes up with a plan.
Huh? Oh. Eh? Huh? Authorized repair center.
Oh, we'll send a man over right away, sir.
Good.
It'll be a penguin, actually.
A penguin?
Oh, he'll have it working in no time.
Well, I'll be here till 6.
All right, then. Goodbye.
I just love how freaking silly this scene is. I mean, first of all, he's using a payphone, which is clearly in sight, and then he's using made-up terms. It's silly, but I love it. He then convinces the elf to turn off the fence for a second, and this gives Olive just enough time to dig under and pop out on the other side. Olive then waves goodbye to Martini, and they part ways. But things aren't over yet. The postman makes a return, carrying a sack full of letters claiming they're kids' letters for Santa, which the elf lets him through, and he walks in with a fiendish grin. We then get to see Santa possibly thinking about actually canceling the flight, talking about how some of the letters have gotten very mean.
Dear Santa, I hate you. Don't come to my house, Johnny.
Hey, wait a minute.
Olive then points out that those letters are fake and are from a postman who's trying to wreck Christmas. She even points out the lack of postmarks on the letters.
Look at the envelopes, no postmarks.
That's true. But just who might you be, little doggy?
She then tells Santa that she's here to be Blitzen's temporary replacement.
Well now, if you're sure all those mean letters aren't from real kids...
Everyone loves you, Santa. And all over the world, everyone is hoping you'll fly tonight and make their dreams come true. I know I don't look like much, but give me a try for all those good folks who deserve what they've asked for. I guess they'll understand if you can't make it. But Round John Virgin sure would like that electric drill. And my master Tim, well, maybe he does want a better dog, but mostly I think he just wants Christmas.
I don't think he'll find a better dog, Olive, even if you are a reindeer. Thanks for coming. Ho, 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 people! We're flying!
Things are back on track, and the postman is mad. But then, he gets an idea. An awful idea. The postman gets a wonderful, awful idea. That's the wrong book. As Olive gets hitched up, Santa begins his flight, making her run as fast as her little doggy legs can. And soon, they're actually taking off. But turns out, the postman has got the toys.
The laws of breaking and entering, as they pertain to Santa, are unclear.
Martini spots him and investigates, but is caught and tied up.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
We then learn that apparently he was on Santa's naughty list ever since he was a kid.
Aha! Here we go! The train set that should have been mine when I was a kid. That was the year Santa started putting me on his naughty list. He didn't cut me any slack, so I'm not cutting him any slack. Old fat boy's finished! Ha ha ha! Ho ho ho!
So he was a jerk the entire time. And by the time Santa learns about the swapped sacks, Olive takes a sniff and uses her doggy nose to sniff out the postman's trail. Eventually, they catch up to him, and while Olive tries to get inside the mail truck, Martini then gets a jack-in-the-box, cranks it, and as soon as the postman pushes out Olive, the jack-in-the-box springs, giving him the spooks and knocks himself out on the window. The truck crashes into the snow, and Martini is rescued. Santa got his sack back, and Olive gives Martini a hug. The postman is under wraps, and Olive uses some cardboard sleeves as a pair of makeshift wings. I used to do that as a kid, and I'm sure we all did that at some point. Don't lie to me. We then get one final song, Merry Christmas After All. A nice little montage of Santa flying around the world, delivering presents to Sydney, Rome, Tokyo, Paris, and it's just a nice little song to cap off Olive's journey. The song ends, and Martini manages to drive all the way home. And he decides to deliver the remaining packages in the mail truck.
It's not as glamorous as helping Santa. But there'll be trouble if the folks can't enter their sweepstakes. Besides, Christmas gratuities.
Olive and Santa finish at the last house, and then they fly back to the North Pole. However, it can't be a Christmas story without at least having one Rudolph moment. Santa gets lost in the fog, and then tells Olive to smell them home, because Mrs. Claus is baking cookies.
Cookies? Gingerbread. 10 degrees starboard.
They make it back to the North Pole, and Santa gives presents for the staff and crew.
Olive, here's something for you.
Thank you.
And Olive gives one final speech, thanking Santa and the rest of the gang, letting her help save Christmas. and that she would like to go home now. Comet finishes his cappuccino and gives Olive a ride home. Martini then shows up at the local zoo and dumps the postman in the penguin exhibit. Tim reads the newspaper and sees Olive. He rushes over to her and gives her a great big hug and gives her the pets, for she is a good girl. Yes, she is. Then, the movie caps off with the same song from the beginning of the movie, showing what everyone got for Christmas. Olive and Fido got opposable thumbs. Martini is sworn in as a postman by Uncle Sam, apparently. The ex-postman got fish and looking miserable about it. And Tim got new slippers. Then, the movie ends with Martini giving Olive a letter and the both of them laughing together about it. And then, credits.
That was enjoyable. A little simple, yes, but it's still one of my favorite Christmas specials. And if it's on television, I'll definitely give it a watch. However, it's very easy to access on the internet. So, if you're looking for a Christmas special and want something new to watch, then I would definitely give Olive a recommendation. I'll probably be taking a break for the rest of Christmas, but until next time, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you once again for watching. I wanted to do something simple for Christmas. Like I said, I'm going to be taking a break, but I will be back. But I got big plans for 2021, and I hope I can play them out. But for now, if you like this video, give it a like. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you can be notified the moment I post a new video. And if you like my content and want to see more, then hit that subscribe button down there. And I want to thank my friends and family for not only supporting my YouTube venture, but also sticking with me throughout this really cruddy year. So, until next time, I'll see you later.